Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to be telling you how to become a voice actor for the absolute beginner. In order to become a voice actor, there are a few crucial things you will need. This guide is for those of you who want to start voice acting and don't know where to start. Before we begin, if you've actively been voice acting for over a year now, this video will be little help to you. So first off, there are two main things you must ask yourself before you do any of this. 1, am I doing this professionally or just for fun? And 2, what is my budget? In this video, we will be assuming that you are exploring the possibility of being a professional, and we will be capping your budget to $100. Let's get started. So everyone has asked myself or other voice actors, what equipment do I need? Or what equipment do you use? When I first started out, I used my Samsung smartphone, a free app, and a tiny closet. And I landed roles doing that. And it got me to the point where I could upgrade to what I use now. For those of you beginning, I suggest an 1/8" or USB microphone that plugs directly into your computer. I suggest downloading Audacity to edit your audio in, which is free and it doesn't take up much space. There's no reason to spend lots of money on something you aren't sure how to use or why to use it. I've heard voice actors do amazing things with $200 microphones, and I've heard voice actors make little more than trash with $2,000 microphones. A sound room. Obviously, what makes or breaks a voice actor is their audio quality. That means you need to take into account your surroundings. That could be if you have company over, if you're recording next to a loud computer, if there's music playing in the other room or in your room, if there's something as simple as a clock on the wall, and making sure that your phone is silenced. Like I said earlier, I used to record in my tiny 3-foot by 6-foot closet. In fact, I still do whenever I land a role. You can use this method, or even record under some blankets. It's gonna get hot, granted, but that's what made recording with a terrible phone. So the microphone wouldn't pick up anything else other than my voice, which was my way of thinking outside of the box and making my audio quality better and not something trash. I mean, I wouldn't trust anyone with this kind of audio quality to give me advice on voice acting, so neither should you. Auditioning. This is a very broad category, so I broke it down into 2 subcategories: how to audition and where to audition. How to audition, I would suggest you record your lines at least twice for editing purposes. Also, record twice to try reading the line in 2 different ways. Those 2 different ways could be the difference between you landing the role and not. Your director will really appreciate it, or possibly even make it a requirement that you read it in 2 different ways. Secondly, read as much about your character as you can. Most of the time, the director won't give you much information about your character, but most of the time they will give you some information about your character. So, read as much as you can, and again, this may be the difference between you landing the role and not, instead of just jumping right into the lines. And thirdly, auditioning is scary, to me at least, so the best suggestion is to practice. Segue. Where to audition? I started with the voice acting amino, and I used Facebook. You won't land a role that will come to fruition most of the time on either of those sites, but it will give you practice. It also gives you a wonderful community of like-minded people, so you're able to practice with them and help each other. Secondly, Casting Call Club. That's where I land most of my roles. Voice acting boards, Voice Acting Alliance, and YouTube. Believe it or not, YouTube is a great way to put yourself out there. You can build a portfolio, get your name out to the internet, and let people see and enjoy your work. They'll also be able to give you feedback. And last but certainly not least, perseverance. Remember, it's perfectly fine to lose a role to somebody else, especially someone who has more experience than you. I would say, especially when starting out, every 1 out of 100 auditions you will land. Just remember that not every role will be suited to your voice. Also, make sure to be comfortable in your own voice. You're not going to be able to give a convincing performance if you can't be comfortable in your own voice. The main word in voice actor is actor, not voice. You can do a million voices, but if you can't act in any of them, it means nothing. And then learn. Learn from your mistakes, learn from your victories, learn from others. There's no better teacher than experience. So I hope this video was helpful to all of you. If you liked it and want to see more, leave a comment. Otherwise I won't be able to know that you want more, then I won't make more. You see, if you want more of this, you have to leave a comment and a like. You should also, while you're at it, kick the subscribe button. It's just there, ready to be kicked in the mother-loving face. I had an outro for this, but I'm not sure what to do, so I guess I'm just gonna say, peace out, everybody, and I'll see you on the interwebs. Boosh. Outro music.